Welcome back to Global Bike Buzz, where the world meets wheels. Today, we're taking a deep dive into one of the most legendary names in motorcycling, Suzuki's Apex Predator, the 2025 Hayabusa. Known for its speed, presence, and technological finesse, the Hayabusa has long stood as an icon in the sports touring category. But does the 2025 model live up to the legacy? Let's take it to the pavement and find out. From the very first glance, the 2025 Hayabusa still commands attention like few other machines on the road. Suzuki hasn't drastically changed the core silhouette that made the Hayabusa an icon, but the refinements this year are both subtle and striking. Up front, you're greeted with a reworked fascia and new LED headlamp that merges seamlessly with the aggressive nose cone, giving the front a sharper, more predatory look. The side-mounted air intakes have been redesigned for better aerodynamic flow, and they now feature cleaner edges that integrate more naturally into the fairing lines. As we move to the side, the classic Hayabusa swoop remains intact, but the body panels have been streamlined for even better airflow and a more muscular aesthetic. Suzuki has retained that wind tunnel sculpted look, and it pays off not just visually, but in how the bike handles at high speeds. The subtle contours, the layered fairing, and the bold graphics add a sense of motion even when the bike is at a standstill. And for 2025, the Hayabusa is available in 3 new color schemes: a phantom black with electric gold accents, midnight blue with matte titanium, and a limited edition red flare scheme that will stop you in your tracks, no matter which one you choose. The finish quality is premium and the panel fitment is absolutely tight. Swinging around to the rear, the Hayabusa continues its tradition of distinct styling. The twin exhaust pipes are now finished in brushed titanium and redesigned to be slightly more compact while still keeping that aggressive dual-barrel look. The rear tail section is tapered and sharper, with a more angular LED tail light that pulses when braking, a small touch that adds a modern flair. The pillion seat now comes with a more pronounced contour for better comfort on longer rides, and there's an optional rear cowl available for those who want a more track-focused, solo rider profile. Let's talk about what's under that sculpted bodywork. The heart of the 2025 Hayabusa remains the formidable 1340cc inline-4 engine. This power plant has seen some fine-tuning rather than a complete overhaul. Suzuki knows better than to mess with perfection. Output remains at 187 horsepower, but torque delivery has been remapped to be more linear across the rev range, especially in the mid-band, where real-world riders spend most of their time. The end result: better roll-on acceleration, smoother power delivery, and more responsive performance without sacrificing the adrenaline-pumping top end that Hayabusa fans crave. Suzuki has also focused on refining the ride experience. The ride-by-wire throttle is now more precise, and with updated AQ mapping, throttle response is noticeably crisper. Whether you're launching from a standstill or overtaking at highway speeds, the 2025 Hayabusa delivers unrelenting thrust with a silk glove finesse. Paired with a 6-speed gearbox and Suzuki's bi-directional quickshifter, gear changes are both lightning fast and butter smooth. On the road, the Hayabusa performs like a grand tourer with the soul of a superbike. You get 3 preset riding modes: Active, Basic, and Comfort, and 3 user customizable modes via the Suzuki Intelligent Ride System, or SIRS. This includes traction control, launch control, cruise control, engine braking control, and the cornering ABS system, all of which can be finely tuned. Whether you're carving twisties, cruising the highways, or pushing the limits on a track day, the Hayabusa adapts to your riding style like it knows what you're thinking. Suspension-wise, Suzuki has kept the fully adjustable kib front forks and rear monoshock, but they've been recalibrated for better damping and rebound. The 2025 Hayabusa now feels more planted through corners, offering sharper turn-in and better high-speed stability. Braking duties are handled by Brembo-style EMA calipers up front, paired with dual 320mm discs, while the rear uses a single 260mm disc. The stopping power is immediate but not grabby, allowing for confident control even under aggressive deceleration. And here's something riders will really appreciate: Suzuki's focus on comfort. Despite being a speed demon, the Hayabusa's ergonomics remain impressively rider-friendly. The clip-on handlebars are slightly higher and closer, reducing wrist strain, while the seat cushioning and riding triangle make it suitable for both spirited rides and long-distance touring. Wind protection from the front fairing and windscreen is excellent, even at high speeds. And for 2025, Suzuki has made tweaks to the seat material, adding a new anti-slip texture that enhances rider grip without compromising comfort. Now let's talk about tech. The TFT LCD Hybrid Dash is one of the highlights of the new model. The analog tachometer and speedometer flank a high-resolution central display that shows everything from gear position, ride modes, lean angle, fuel economy, and more. It's intuitive, bright even under direct sunlight, and customizable based on what you want to see on your ride. Plus, the Suzuki MySpin smartphone integration system adds Bluetooth connectivity for calls, music, and navigation, another nod to practicality without sacrificing performance. When it comes to pricing, the 2025 Suzuki Hayabusa sits in the premium segment of sports touring bikes. The base model comes in at around $19,899, depending on your market, with additional features, color options, and accessories like heated grips, touring windscreen, or the single-seat cowl. You're looking at a potential increase of $1,000 to $1,500. Still, for what it offers: a legendary powertrain, cutting-edge electronics, superb build quality, and unmistakable street presence, it's fair to say the Hayabusa delivers excellent value in its class. So, is the 2025 Hayabusa worth your attention? If you're looking for a machine that blends hyperbike performance with real-world rideability, all-day comfort, and unmistakable style, this bike makes a strong case for itself. It's not trying to outgun 1000cc track monsters or compete with stripped-down naked bikes. Instead, the Hayabusa exists in its own category, a high-speed, high-tech grand tourer that still turns heads and drops jaws over 2 decades after it first hit the tarmac. For seasoned riders who want a thrill without compromise, or newcomers ready to step into the big leagues, the 2025 Suzuki Hayabusa offers a complete package. It's mature without being dull, powerful without being uncontrollable, and modern without losing its soul. And perhaps that's what makes it such a standout in today's market. It stays true to its DNA while still evolving with the times. That's all for today's review from Global Bike Buzz. If you enjoyed